Hey, my boys, I'm gonna do my hair real quick, but I'm going to move that there. Oh, I was supposed to do something. Yeah, I have to do. Before I forget, I'm busy. I'm busy. What did my hair? I've done it, but I was exercising. See, stretching, exercising. Hey, I'm getting it ready.
Fox meteorologist Rick Reich, White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre says FEMA's administrator will head to Iowa tomorrow, and that the White House is in touch with state and local officials. Former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley has announced that she will vote for Donald Trump in the upcoming general election. As a voter,
you vote for Trump. You don't need to vote for Trump.
I put my priorities on a president who's going to have the backs of our allies and hold our enemies to account.
No, I get them now.
Who would secure the border. No more excuses. The one-time presidential hopeful made the announcement during an event at the conservative think tank, the Hudson Institute in Washington. Though she said she feels Trump has work to do to win over voters who supported her during her campaign. Haley ended her
my
campaign
hair.
months ago, but has not said who she would vote for until today.
This is what I was listening to at the gym. Let me put my ear things on.
Concerns about high interest rates weighed on the market. The Dow off 201, the Nasdaq minus 31, the S&P lost 14. America is listening to Fox News.
This is just really bothering me. Okay.
I'm Guy Benson. Join me weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern as we break down the biggest story of the day with some of the biggest newsmakers and guests. Listen live on the Fox News app or get the free podcast at GuyBensonShow.com.
This one? Yes.
Here's my secret to glowy skin. And no, it is not intensive keratin. It's actually the Eurocosmetics.
Oh, same thing. Those things can cause cancer too. Okay.
And shot him 14 times as he sat in his truck last Thursday after the Orange County District Attorney.
I feel we have left the United States for a foreign land. The speaker was a young Negro riding a bus into Mississippi.
I'll be back. That's cool. That's so cool. Even my mom can't even hold the damn phone. She can't even take a picture of me. My dad's doing more work and he's dead. I should turn it down.
This is the objective. The clean, modern bus station in Jackson, Mississippi. The battle lines are drawn, the defenses complete. The bus station, dwarfed by the downtown skyscrapers of Jackson, is guarded outwardly by the entire police force of the city. There are others. Around the corner, plainclothes deputies wait. Just out of sight, troops are standing, the hot southern sun glinting on their fixed bayonets. For Jackson, Mississippi, the enemy is at the gates. The hour has come. The invaders are 14 Negro and white passengers on an inbound bus. They are vastly outnumbered, even by the reporters covering their journey. The armed might at the bus station waits not to fight, but to protect them from the white population. For unlike Montgomery, Alabama, Jackson, Mississippi has decided that by protecting them, they will also defeat them. But everyone, the police, the troops, the town, knows that the riders are only a symbol. The real invader is integration, and he has been long on the road to Mississippi. Other states have vowed to integration either partially or completely. But not Mississippi. Not until now. What happens to bring these two forces together in a bus station? And why Jackson? Well, to find the answers, you must understand first something of the city and its people.
I'm Greg Gutfeld.
The capital of Mississippi is a place where the past has full partnership with the present. Downtown Jackson is dominated by the old Capitol, built in 1833, where the voices of Henry Clay and Andrew Jackson once rang. Confederate memorials are real symbols not only of a century-old conflict, but of a present-day conflict, too.
It's very counterproductive, this
Downtown Jackson looks like any normal busy town, but people remind you that it was once called Chimneyville, because burned-out chimneys were all that was left after federal troops went through. If you want to know how integration has been held outside Mississippi for this long, you must first call on the Citizens Council, an organization dedicated to states' rights and racial integrity. Support comes from Robert E. Lee, Stonewall Jackson, and 85,000 living white citizens of Mississippi. The overwhelming political power of the council is well demonstrated by the fact that it is partially supported by state taxes. William Simmons is secretary of the Jackson Citizens Council, editor of its newspaper, and president of its forum, which produced radio and television programs attacking the advance of integration.
Is now an acceptable prize for terrorists.
The South has a large Negro population.
Islamic Jihad, who have still yet
Our
to
state
surrender
is
following the October 7th attacks.
About 42% of the total.
Entities in the Palestinian
And anyone with two eyes in his head
otherwise called the
and
West
with,
Bank, where groups like
roughly
Fatah
normal
share
vision
on the atrocities, but where Hamas
can
is
look around
getting
him and
new
see that
political
there's a
support.
vast
But is this move
permanent
by
difference
Ireland, Norway, and Spain
between the
reflective
white
of
and
new politics in
colored
Europe?
people.
Just as we've seen
That is
frightening
Abraham
riots on
Lincoln
U.S. college
so
campuses
wisely
in
said a
support of
number
both
of years ago,
Palestinians and radical
would
Islamists.
forever
We've
prohibit
seen
them
it
from
spread
living
through
on terms
European
of equality
capitals
in
where
the same
calls for
society.
divestment from the state of Israel are
That, just
punctuated
in a
with
nutshell, is
violent
freedom.
anti-Semitism against
How
local
do you,
Jews.
as a Southerner, justify your position in that here is a Negro citizen, he pays taxes, and sometimes he votes, and he's a citizen? How do you justify feeling that he is not, in the eyes of the law and in the eyes of everything that we know of as American and democratic, that he is not your equal? Well, I don't know the equality in the, I'm really not sure how you mean equal. Well, I mean equal in every sense of the word. Well, equality in every sense of the word is obviously.
Think about it. You're spending more money on the war than helping out the human sex trafficking. That's why 9/11.
They have different qualities, and this is an objective matter that can be determined by objective
So,
standards.
some of these dead people are not really dead, they're really alive.
Subject aspects of
But
equality
to me, it doesn't matter because I'm
we believe in equality before the law for all people. This is something that's quite distinct.
And when I stopped using hairspray, like,
Capacity or competence. I think they're really two separate
10 years ago?
things. Well, let's get down to basics.
No, it was like,
The separate restrooms, the separate lunch counters, things of this type, the separate schools.
more than 10 years ago, well, I was like 10 years
If you think
ago,
of him as an
and
American
more.
citizen
But
like
I
you
stopped using hairspray, I just used,
well, I don't see
whatever
that there's a
liquid
special
stuff.
connection. Why should the Negro feel any more
But I stopped using
discriminated
hairspray and it
than a white
helped
man
a
for
lot
associating himself
with other
guys?
things, like, I don't know,
White
it
people
just
who are
helped a lot.
segregated don't seem to resent it, and I don't think most niggers resent it. They seem to prefer
Pick out and
that.
stuff too.
They do seem to prefer that. Outwardly, they have shown little interest in the battle against integration. There were no Mississippi Negroes among the Freedom Riders. Jackson Negro College students have attempted to use the white library, but even this drew no positive support from the rest of the Negro community. But it is difficult to say what they think, for they have no voice. The nearest to a Negro voice in Jackson is Medgar Evers, for 7 years local secretary of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. Just how many Negroes Evers speaks for is open to question, but certainly the majority are not NAACP members.
Well, there are things, I suppose, why we have not had such an aggressiveness that we've had in Alabama and some of the other areas. One of the reasons is that many of the leaders that have come on the scene have decided to leave and go North and other places, and we are constantly building new leadership here in the state. We feel now that we have gotten to the point
And since I'm stressing out, I'm not breaking out
that
as much, but because I'm sweating and yeah. So anyways,
uh,
I don't use mascara. I use this instead. I put it on my eyes. I do that.
into the fore now,
And it helps.
especially with the younger people.
You have a number of
There appears to be a lack of leadership among
I
many
curl them
groups.
with the
And
curler.
openly, at least, they have not asked for leadership. But leadership is on the way, if not from the ranks of Mississippi Negroes, then from elsewhere. One of them is Charles Oldham, National Chairman of the Congress of Racial Equality, known as CORE. CORE is the sponsor of the Freedom Riders and Oldham their spokesman in Mississippi.
The ultimate goal of our organization is the elimination of discrimination against individuals because of race.
Just in case a doctor wants to say that I'm mentally ill, I don't know how to use this. Like they were saying that I didn't know how to wash my clothes.
Our own welfare, for the welfare of the citizens of the United States. And so that this is our purpose. We will continue until it is accomplished.
Against this charged background, the issue came to a head. A bus carrying a
My dad was saying that some of these actors are stuck in their own storyline.
which had been ruled out by the U.S. Supreme
That these producers or whatever it was, they wrote them in their like movie kind of type thing.
Mississippi had observed Alabama's handling of the riders and decided upon another course. The bus was loaded with armed troops and followed by 16 patrol cars and an airplane. All this at a cost of thousands of dollars a day. Jackson citizens watched by the hundreds, jostling each other for a better view. Swamped by the Khrushchev-like protection, the Freedom Riders stepped off the bus, some still bearing the bandages of their encounter with Alabama. They made their way through the surrounding crowd to the inside of the station. Some walked to a restroom marked white only, others to the white only coffee shop. A policeman ordered them to move on. They stood quietly. Another order. Then each was arrested and led outside to a waiting paddy wagon. There was no official mention of segregation or integration. The charges were breach of the peace and inciting to riot. The trial was short. The sentence, a $200 fine, which was suspended. The suspension was refused, and the riders elected to work it out on the county jail farm. Observing Alabama teeming with federal marshals, Mississippi had devised a new method of handling the buses on their way.
Where some of the more conservative governments are in Europe. And I would hope that we do not see some big wave of European governments adopting an anti-Israeli position. That would completely cut information with
We have, and again, speaking from this side of the pond, as we like to say, we have seen over these past, I really want to say past decade, a major migration of Middle Eastern men and women and families, but a lot of Middle Eastern men moving into Europe and asserting a lot of this sentiment, a lot of anti-Israel, a lot of anti-Semitism. And they have become quite numerous in a lot of these European cities, really across the continent. There were warnings about this, I think, even from leaders in the Middle East, warning Europe against a very lax immigration system, and here in the U.S. we've been struggling with our own immigration issues as well. But is this a result of those lax border policies? I mean, you have European nations, you mentioned the lightning switch and the switch or push in the Netherlands, but Hungary comes to mind, and Viktor Orban's insistence on tough borders. But have these lax European borders led to this problem, led to this political change, if you will?
I think that the number one issue right now in Europe is mass migration. It's not only illegal migration, but also it's legal migration on a massive scale, especially from Muslim countries. And immigration was sort of dominated the process in the European parliamentary elections. It's a huge rising issue in Germany and France. Germany elections actually the CDU, the Conservatives, are back in power currently. And we're seeing how before in the Netherlands actually, the anti-Semitic protests and protests in Sydney, Israel-hating protesters, and Jewish people feel afraid to walk the streets of Central London
Okay,
on Saturday when the protests take place.
this is what they wanted me to draw.
What would have been unthinkable just even 10, 20 years ago is now reality in London, the biggest city in Europe. So, the issue of mass migration, number one issue in Europe,
Some grass.
on both sides of the Atlantic, people have had enough of their open border policies and huge slaves involved with migrants coming into their country. We are speaking with Niall Gardner at the Heritage Foundation's Margaret Thatcher Center on Norway, Ireland, and Spain recognizing a Palestinian state at a time when Europe is seeing rising anti-Semitism. What will that mean when UK voters go to their polls this summer? On the Fox News Rundown Evening Edition.
Something like that. Okay. Let's do some flowers. Oh, that's like bee sound. No.
What staying power the Conservative Party in the UK has. There is, I guess, concern of a resurgence of popularity of the Labour Party, which itself has anti-Semitism and anti-Semitic sentiment, anti-Israel sentiment within the ranks of its leadership.
I think the invasion will continue for some time. I don't like to use the term invasion. I think the freedom rights will continue.
We'll do some bees.
The freedom rights is to protest the practices of discrimination that exist against interstate travel, and they will continue until there's been some change in policy on the part of the Mississippi police and the law enforcement agencies.
Flowers.
Now, it seems to me that they're merely coming in, they're being placed in jail, and I see no reaction from Mississippi officials that they're going to change anything. How do you think you're going to change this?
Well,
The more people that come in, the more people that make a protest against their policies. If you continue this,
Five, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1,000 people in jail until the jails are full.
They're always full.
You have to remember that the freedom riders, the only crimes they have committed is for the Negroes to go to a white waiting room. They've gone in a white waiting room, been there about a minute and a half, hustled out the other side, put in a paddy wagon, and taken to jail. And if you have 500 or 600 or 1,000 people that come to Mississippi and receive this treatment, I think that Mississippi is going to have to change.
This is for my son Desi.
But change is
We
not
always did
Mississippi's
this.
strong suit, at least when the
I
change
love
involves
doing this. I did this in high school and he did this. Oh man,
and
that's
white
fine.
supremacy.
Oh.
No political leader dares offer change as one of the
But this is where you want to be, okay,
alternatives.
boys?
In fact, no political leader offers any alternatives. Governor Ross
Okay.
sets the tone.
I need
Status
colors.
quo.
Like you said, colors. Okay. So that's what it got.
United States Attorney General.
It's a swing. The swing. So there you go. There's a rainbow, and then you got what's on the side of the rainbow. You got gold on the one side of the rainbow, and then you got shit on the other side. You kind of want to balance out that. That makes sense. And if you're colorblind, there you go. 7. Hey Alexa, how many colors are in the rainbow?
Traditionally, there are 7 colors of the rainbow: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet.
And I had every confidence that all Mississippians would
Hey Alexa, how many chakras do we have?
even in the face
of attempts to violate the
According to
law,
Alexa Answers contributor,
the solemn
there
law
are 7 main
that
chakras.
appear on
They are
our
root
statute.
chakra, sacral chakra,
I think they did a real nice job of handling. I think we like the way we are in Mississippi. We don't want to change. We want
I talked about this, the highs and the lows. You got the 47. So that's the way you have your highs, you know, and then you have your lows. But if you think of your lows as your high, like you flip it,
I think they just acting for trouble.
Well, I thought they should have stayed where they were saying, just trying to stir up trouble with these. They should have stayed where they belong. I think they did a good job, and I believe that if people, the public,
something like that.
the police force handled the situation, I believe that in Mississippi, integration would not
You
be.
got a 7 and you got the L. L is a number 12 in the alphabet. And L means 7. G. G is 7 in the alphabet. And
Well,
I always
we all
forget.
think pretty good.
Okay,
There wasn't
7.
trouble, right? They just come in
So
and
T. No, T.
right out as soon as it
T.
started
Backward. Backwards is 7 in the alphabet. T minus 7. So we're going backwards in time. NASA? Because Armstrong came up like alien kind of type thing. Oh, in the circle. So that's so cool. So anyways, I go on the ship and I see a circle. When I went on the USS Midway, I see a circle and I'm like, oh, that's so cool. It's like, my dad always watched Stargate. I'm like, oh, that's Stargate. So then I see a circle again because I'm over here at by the Long Beach airport. Anyways, I see a circle and I'm like, oh, if I'm in the middle of the circle, if I just get a circle, I'll just follow my heart. It kind of reminds me of a SpongeBob episode, the bear thingy. So you can circle and I'll just like follow my heart. So then I'm in a bubble kind of type thing. The little artwork. And they'll have misspelling words, but the misspelling words is different. It's one because I can't write and I can't spell, I can't pronounce. Because I need Alexa, I need the computer. It's so freaking awesome. Moscow, Texas. I mean Tustin. Something I got this.
They can no longer hold back civil rights, and you can hold back a child away by hand.
This has something to do with the train tracks too. 4th Street, Santa Ana, San Diego.
We are entitled to have our civil rights. Here in Mississippi, all of you know that your tax dollar and mine is taken from
Sex
us.
magic. My ancestors did a sex magic.
But it's taken from us
You can't do. Okay.
and it's given to the
My ancestors told me for them to do a spell, it has to do it on them too. You're doing it on yourself too. So there was a sex magic already before me. So what I did, I just protected myself even more because I was aware of that, of the curse. So now I blocked out.
I say it because you and I are helping to pay
It's not meant to be talked about.
the maintenance of segregation, helping to pay
Yeah.
to keep migrant children and the other
They'll
children
figure it out. The ancestors, they'll figure it out.
who hope one day
Yeah,
to
okay.
live in a democracy,
That is something that's golden
free
touch.
from discrimination, free from segregation. But still, we have to bear the burden
It can't be bought. It can't be. It can't be bought. It can't be borrowed. It cannot be tampered with. It can't be tainted. It can't be poisoned. It can't be stolen. It can't be. And that's love.
The 126 Negroes gave freely as the collection plates were passed, though they were well aware that they were hardly likely to match the fundraising abilities of their opponents in the Citizens Council.
1905. Hey Alexa,
All offers have a bottom,
what happened
even those
in
of the
November
sovereign state of
4th,
Mississippi.
1905?
We asked Governor Ross Barnett how long the state was prepared to finance
And
the
now
fight
about one
against
event on November
integration.
4th, 2019 at 5 p.m. The TV show His Dark Materials premiered at November 2019 in the United States.
Samantha. Samantha Runyon.
In this world.
July 26, 1996 to July 15, 2002.
Appearing on both Gutfeld and Megyn Kelly. Matt Walsh appearing on somebody named Florida Guy. Manny Contreras said, this
Getting
is good.
justice.
This is what the country needs. The country needs left and right talking to each other, obviously. But even arguing with each other, not attacking each other, not degrading each other, not limiting each other, not ignoring each other, but engaging with one another. Folks, we have a country to preserve, we have a nation to sustain, society to empower and move forward in a time when we have dark forces scheming against us. It's to make a better arguments prevail. Let's embrace exactly Manic Control. So we're going to revisit that conversation today. We're going to try to be self-aware. We're going to see where I
47, was it 47?
and
Page 47?
David may have failed in that debate yesterday. We're getting attacked on every day with that. Sure. You know, I'm going to be
35.
next week. But real
The
truth
Joyful
is we'll march on.
The Children Foundation. P.O. Box 12680, Westminster, California 92685. Well, this is the Survivor thing, right? And when I went there, it had that. That is Samantha. And it says Westminster, and I was in court when I read this. And I'm like, I just had to like, what the fuck? I just started crying. And then I looked on my side of me and I saw Apple, Washington Apple things. Someone had a crate, fucking a shark through it. To Sam, thank you. Anderson Elementary School, Miss Breckenridge, 12-20. I have a paper at home about the same thing. Miss Breckenridge knew about this as well. There was a PATH meeting. There's a meeting to greet a meet and greet at Anderson Elementary. We set that up because that was my thing of PTA of stranger danger. That was very important to me.
So,
That's a good
unfortunately,
question.
international soccer is over.
Justice for murdered children.
That would depend on
The passion of my son.
This is a joke. I called. No one will help me. And they don't know what I'm talking about. Even this doesn't, like, I go to different cities and they don't know. I went to therapy already. I already gone to therapy already and they won't help me. How does that make you feel? Well, I want to see my kids. But that's not going to happen. So what's going to happen to you? Medication's the only best thing for you. You have to be here for your kids. Well, I can't see my kids, so what's the point? Well, one day you will. What does that fucking mean, one day? One day, like, I'm going to have to sit here and they're going to have to be tempted with all this fucking drugs and alcohol because they can't see me because they think that that's what I'm doing? Fuck you guys. You think your son's gonna do drugs? What makes you think your son's gonna do drugs? Are you fucking kidding me? These are people. I go, I'm sorry, I need a real person. I'm like, I'm a real person. Are you fucking kidding me? I go outside. I really go outside, and these people do the same thing to me. So I know there's no, like, the only way for me to do it is codes.
That is only one part of the answer. A deeper reason is that the class
I'm supposed to call, like, probation or something, whatever it is, but I'm not. I just gave up. I really did give up.
Some of this goes back to the Democratic
Sherry
Convention, where
L.
Alabama's
Honor.
governor supported Kennedy and compromised
That was
their
my
segregation
the
state.
Sherry's name comes up
Mississippi's
because
delegation
that was
held
my
out to the bitter
babysitter,
end,
that the
even
one that used to
sending in their own
molest me.
candidates.
And then I have my brother's old Child Protective Services
Followed where their leaders led.
on
Should
here,
these leaders falter,
and I even have an old
if
teacher's
in the
note.
future they should appear to be losing the fight against integration, and some outside the state believe
So the
it
school
was
district knows
then
my
Mississippi
parents
will seek
how
other
abusive
means
they
of dealing
were.
with
So they're
these
using my
problems.
mom.
There are no
They
alternatives.
have been using my
Some
mom.
states may have moderate opinions.
This was email that I wrote from NBCLA. Mears Elementary School is so overcrowded with students that the students grade K through 5th grade don't have enough time to eat during their lunchtime. Some parents and I have made numerous complaints about this situation at the beginning of the school year, and still nothing has been done. I have timed them several times and found that they receive their food and sit down and they only have 8 minutes to eat. I also informed that at one point it was 5 minutes, the lower grade, to eat. Students are coming home hungry and complaining about not having enough time to eat. The janitor would say, okay, get up, throw it away, they're not done, throw it away. Because these supervisors, they don't want to take care of the kids. They're like, oh, I want to get home, hurry up. Oh, they can't stand kids. Then get a new job, but it's a good paying job
We got it again.
for pedophiles.
We've lived up to everything.
So
they should know,
and
everything I
abusers.
said. They just we're under siege. With the guns,
Disgusting,
the rifles, and
disgusting
everything else,
people.
we're under
This
siege.
was
They didn't
November
move us an
26th,
inch. And we have to
2012 at
stand strong.
8:24 p.m. on
Stand
Monday.
very strong. So thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate it. The NRA has stood with me from the very beginning.
I was been
Your vote,
complaining
I
about
will
the school
stand
district.
strong for your rights and liberties, and 4 more years in the White House, we're going to do things like nobody can believe. We're going to turn our country around. We're going to, quite simply, make America great again.
This was just like 2018.
But one thing I'll say, and I say it as friends, we've got to get gun owners to vote. Because you know what? I don't know what it is. Perhaps it's a form of rebellion, because you're rebellious people, aren't you? But gun owners don't vote. What is that all about? I've heard that. I heard it a few weeks ago. If gun owners voted, we would swamp them at
If
levels
you
that
don't
nobody's
vote,
ever seen
don't pay
before.
taxes.
So I think you're a rebellious bunch. Let's be
Voters
rebellious
are-
and vote this time,
don't vote.
okay? If you go out and vote,
You don't need to pay taxes.
I understand exactly
You're not
why you
voting
don't,
for
but
taxes,
we
so
have to
therefore-
win this election. It's the most important election in the history of our country. You've got to get all your friends, all the gun owners, they have to go and they have to vote. If they vote,
This is
there's
Anthony
nobody
when
that
he
can
got
beat us,
jumped.
nobody. So it's very important, and I want to thank
Please
the
report.
NRA President Charles Cotton, your first Vice President,
And
Bob
he got
Barr,
jumped.
Interim Executive Vice President, Andrew
So this
Arula
report
Abdul.
was taken at 6/12 at 6/12/2019. Battery.
A very special man. He's a hot politician. Very
A
hot.
handwritten note by
Governor
victim,
Greg
Dr.
Abbott,
No
where is
explaining
he?
injury,
He's
statement
around
by
here
Harville
someplace.
when she
He's
spoke to
around
one of the
here.
parties
Thank
involved.
you, Greg. You're a hot politician, Greg.
Facts and
You know why he's hot?
details.
'Cause he's doing a good
On
job.
the
That's a
list
good
dated
reason,
and
right?
time, I
Right,
was at
Dr.
Warner
Romney?
Middle School for
Thank
an
you very much,
unrelated
Greg.
call.
Appreciate it.
The principal,
Great job.
T. Harville, advised me a
Also,
parent, Tina
a friend of
Tapia,
mine
came to the
is the
school
chairman of
wanting
our
to speak
campaign
with
in Texas, and
WPD
we're
in
doing
reference
well,
in
and we
an
have,
injury her son,
lots of
Anthony Tapia,
people
sustained
running.
after
So far, I
his
think we're 51 and 0 in Texas. I
after
don't
he
know.
was
I like
punched
Texas
by
and they
another
like
student
me
off
somehow.
campus. The injury was
Works together, but
documented
this
and
man
a
is very,
performative
very strong, very
eardrum,
popular. Lieutenant
punctured
Governor
eardrum
Dan Patrick.
by Allison
Thank you, Dan. Very
Rickel
strong guy,
on
very popular.
6/11/19 at Paramount
Thank
Care
you very much, Greg.
Paramount
How are we
Care
doing,
Medical
Dan? Are we
Group
doing okay?
at
We're way up in
111
Texas.
W Santa Ana.
We're way up. Thank you very much.
None of the parties involved were present at the time of Harville explaining the circumstances to me. She did not provide me with a statement she wrote down when she spoke to blah blah blah. Okay, it's blacked out. Oh, it's blacked out. None of the in summary, the statement from Blah started that he saw Blah slap Anthony on the right side of the face. I responded to the victim address and had them meet me in the lobby of their apartment complex. I greeted them, explained why I was there. I gave Anthony a Gladys Wright acknowledgement, and with his mother, Tina, present. Initially, Anthony was confused, and I had to better explain the Gladys R. acknowledgement was, I think once I felt he better understood.
Civilian, you're not supposed to be able to do it.
Okay.
But he was wearing that beautiful red MAGA
acknowledgement. I went to ask him about the incident that occurred to his ear, his injury to his ear. Anthony advised me that on today's date, approximately 3 classmates were making fun of him because he was sweating a lot at gym class. Anthony said he was calling him names. They were calling him names and admitted that calling them names back in response to their bullying. He said they continued to make fun of him, but did not touch him in any way. Anthony said after school he was again followed by 3 classmates and blank. And he continued to walk away northbound on Newland, away from school. He also said that there was students also following and laughing at what was occurring. Anthony said the 3 named boys were much smaller than him, and he was a wrestler for several years and was afraid to hurt them because of his size difference. He said he tried to ignore them, but they continued to make fun of him. He said an unknown person pushed him from behind, pushed him from behind, and he stumbled forward but did not fall. He said, or punched him but did not fall. He said he looked back and continued walked away. He said at the time an unknown person struck him in his right ear, causing extreme pain and vision and to become blurry. He said he turned to look, but the vision was blurry and he could not identify who struck him. I asked if there was anyone that could identify the person, and he wasn't sure because he was brand new to the fucking school. And already, I didn't really tell. He's telling me when he went there was already signs of him getting picked on, because no one knew who he was. He was I was getting a lot I hear Anthony this, Anthony that, and they're like, he's not here, he doesn't come here, but everyone knew of him, they just never seen him, and then all of a sudden he's there, and people got jealous of him.
Thank you, Brooke.
I couldn't explain to Anthony, but he was getting picked on in his locker. His shirt was on the fan. That's why I was scared about the gun. That's why I didn't put him in middle school in the first place, because of the fucking gun. That's why I put him in charter school. But then when his cousin started fucking touching my son, and we moved to a fucking hotel and apartment when we were fucking homeless for a bit, I put him back into school so they can get free lunch, so I can figure out something. We slept in the car, we slept in a hotel, and we got shit together. It was hard. My mom, I didn't even fucking call my mom. The fuck no, shit, no fucking way. I didn't even call my fucking sister. Fuck no. His mother, Tina, says she wants to prosecute if the identities of the assailant is learned. She said Anthony will not be going back to the school and will be transferring school district to prevent this from occurring. And I tried to Garden Grove, and they did. They went to Bell. And that's how I found out, when they went to Bell, I found out about Drake. Drake's bullshit. So I'm like, whoa, what is that about? Something's going on with the music industry with that in Catalina Island and the Garden Grove politicians, disability, people abusing disability. I explained I explained to Tina and Anthony to use their best judgment in the future and, if needed, to defend themselves to prevent being injured, and also said to use restraint if not to become the attacker. Tina said that she is more concerned and wants the incident documented because she feels that these students will continue to get in trouble throughout their time as students. I have become familiar with blah and blah because of previous crimes and incidents that have been reported by the school administrator. I attempted to contact them by phone and arranged a time to speak with them, but there was no answer. Of course. It's always going to be like that. So my mom was one of them too. She's like, I don't want to do it. She'll just run away. Principal Harville stated the students would most likely be suspended for the remainder of the school year. No further action was taken. Yeah, school was already over.
But we played early today. We were
Sector
talking
19.
about the state. We were talking about
Case 19-04749. I'm in apartment 19 now.
Support from the people at that club.
Jay
It's
Stauffer.
amazing. They love this state. They love your governor.
This was taken, the officer was JSTOUFFER 17. The time 6/19/2019 8:41.
We have another nice golfer here, by the way, Mr. Steve Witkoff and his son Alex.
What's
who's
that
a
in the
nice
morning?
golfer. And he's one of the most successful businessmen in the country. He flew in just to spend
Okay,
some
Donald
time 'cause he's a
Webber,
big
approved by
believer in
Donald
the
Webb,
NRA.
148. Oh,
His biggest lie of all, he said he's a 6.2 handicap golfer. This guy couldn't break 200.
48,
I
47.
really mean it. And he
Grandma's
actually
48.
challenged me, you know. Last week we had
It's like it
we
could
could
just
have
be a
debates
dog
with
or
him,
whatever,
and it was
you know?
good. I think we're going to, he's still looking for that white stuff that was found in the White House. He said, where is it? It never
That's what I
arrived.
got.
It never arrived. They can't find it. Everyone thought it was for Hunter. Maybe it wasn't for Hunter. I think it was for somebody else. But he said 6.2, so usually a guy's a 6 or 7 or an 8. I didn't play golf for a long time. I won a lot of golf.
Galaxy
31
Central not
club
active.
championships, can you believe it?
Not,
And he challenged me
Galaxy
to a golf
Central
match.
not
He said, "I'll give him
actively
3 aside." The guy
Sagittarius
can't
A,
break 200. Here's his
supermassive
swing.
black
I'm
hole
very good
at the
imitating
galaxy
swing.
center of the Milky Way. Something about Michelle. There's a Saint
Well, you ask
Michelle.
Tony Romo about that. He'll tell you about
Something's
trouble.
going on with Michelle.
But, no, but that's
The
his biggest lie,
7-11,
6.2.
17
It's
comes
gotta
up
be
and
6.2.
18
You
comes
know why
up.
6.2 is like
Whitney
totally
Houston,
accurate,
greatest of
down
love,
0.2.
107,
I never even heard of that
Westminster
before. It was a
215,
6.2.
his grandmother,
But this gentleman that is from North Carolina
Odysseus.
got up and made a speech, and the place
Hey
said,
Alexa,
why aren't you running
Hey
for
Alexa,
office?
how do
And
you
he gave it a
how do
shot.
you
He ran
say
for lieutenant governor, so he went from a
ALCINOUS?
truck, tractor. He was a very good operator right here. It was a forklift, and a good one, a big one, and he had a great job. But he made a speech. I think he was protesting taxes or something in North Carolina, and he took the place by storm. One of the most
17 is
beautiful
Q.
resonant voices you've ever heard. He stood up. I said, I
17
hope I
is Q,
said,
yeah,
I
R11.
think I'm going to
I use Q as growth.
really insult him by saying this. It's possible.
Or question.
And I didn't want to
And
do
then,
that.
yeah,
And,
H is
we're doing well
A.
with the black voter. They can't even believe it. They love Trump, and I love them.
So I loved what Beyonce was doing. So cool. With the
But I said to
Renaissance
this
thing.
man, and when he endorsed me, he gave a speech, and I said,
See, my writing's different when I'm like
Luther King
calm
on
and
steroids. That's how good you
understanding certain
are. You
things.
are unbelievable. As a speaker,
Different
and
writings, I'm like,
he's
what am I
fantastically
doing?
well
And
in North Carolina, and I think he's
when I
going to be the
understand
next
certain
governor
things,
of North
it's weird.
Carolina.
Athena Goddess of
Mark
Heroes,
Robinson.
Mr. Boys, 1013, Mr. Warfare and Wisdom, Greek Mythology Explained. Today I saw your boy's IG Instagram. Oh, I
And a
can't go
very
through it.
popular
I
guy.
don't
How's
go
it
through your
going? Good? The polls
I
are
haven't
looking
been
good, I
going
hear,
through your
yes?
your
gotta hear this guy
IG,
speak.
your Instagram, or I
Anyway,
don't
he's
go
gonna
through
be
it.
speaking
I
at
don't
the
go
convention
and do that.
very
I'm
loudly
too
and
busy. I
beautifully, and
can't.
we look forward to that. We're
It's
gonna have a great
just gonna
convention
hurt me
and
more.
Milwaukee, and we're not doing one. You know, they're going to
I
do
can't
a
go
Zoom
through it
convention,
crying or wanting to
because,
pass out
you
from
know,
the
they're
pain.
blaming
Please remember me. It's
the
been so
Pickens, the
long. I'm
Ryans,
alone and
whatever
I'm
they might
waiting.
want to blame. The real problem is he doesn't want to get up and speak.
Yeah, because there's people that don't want. Like my mom is refusing to help me with you boys.
He can't put two sentences together. Even his challenge in the debate, it took him 7 shots.
She rather keep me prisoner,
For more than
and that's
one
what